Hi everyone, Brandon here from Ridgeview Wine Estate down in East Sussex. We put together this short video clip to help illustrate our family story as well as providing some overall context of the English wine industry. We hope that you find this really useful and we look forward to catching up with you guys incredibly soon. Great, so before we dive into all things Ridgeview, we're going to talk a little bit more broadly about the overall English wine category. So the English wine industry in its current state and what it's known as today is only really 30 years old. So it's a very young industry that is fast expanding and has seen some significant growth in that 30-year window. Most of the focus in the UK at the moment is around traditional method sparkling wine production, which accounts for about 70% of the total production in the UK. The other 30% is made up of still wine production, with white wine leading the charge on that, with the additions of some red and rosé also included. Most of the plantings or the grape variety focus is around Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier, so those key classic noble grape varieties destined for traditional method. But the number of vineyards has grown significantly in the last 5 years. 3 million vines were planted in the UK alone in 2019, and we've seen a vast expansion in the number of wineries as well. A lot of the interest and investment the industry has received has come over from Champagne, some of the top other sparkling producing regions around the world, but it's a rocketing industry and a very exciting time to be part of it. So now we're going to head inside and we're going to talk a little bit more about what makes English wine unique and the characteristics that you're likely to see. We're now going to talk about the uniqueness and what characterises English wine and what makes the style so unique. So in England, we have a very long growing window as a result of the northern latitude in which the grapes are growing. Typically, we're harvesting our grapes by hand in the last week of September, early October. And as a result, the grapes tend to have this extra chance or extra window to develop this extra flavour profile. When you translate that into the resulting style of wine, the wines tend to exhibit this real charm and characteristic and purity of fruit, which is very unique to the English wine industry. The second characteristic that defines the category stylistically is certainly in the acidity profile. By being in such a cool climate and having that long growing season, the wines tend to exhibit this real freshness and this clean purity style as a result of this very high acidity profile as a result of the cool climate. Great, so we're now going to talk about Ridgeview and what makes our journey so unique. So Ridgeview was founded in 1995. It was founded by husband and wife duo, Mike and Christine Roberts. Before Ridgeview was established, Mike and Christine owned a successful IT business, which they grew to a pretty significant scale. And by the early 90s, they cashed that business in and used that capital to fund their dream. And that dream was always to own a vineyard and a winery. They then started researching about what you can grow and what you can make in the UK. Their research pointed them towards Chardonnay, Pinot Noir and Pinot Meunier. They then found a 30-acre estate in Ditchling, based in East Sussex, just over the South Downs from Brighton, and focused their attention on traditional method sparkling wine. It was pretty fair to say back then they took quite a bit of a gamble or a risk. Back then, English wine didn't have much of a name for itself, certainly on the international stage. The company today is run by the second generation of the Roberts family, with Tamara Roberts, the daughter of Mike and Chris, existing as our CEO, and her brother Simon Roberts, existing as our head winemaker. As I previously mentioned, our focus has been entirely on and exclusively focused on high quality traditional method sparkling wine. We have a range of 6 different sparkling styles under the Ridgeview House name, which are all unique and share that uniqueness of the British climate. We look forward to welcoming you to Ridgeview incredibly soon, and thank you so much for listening. Take care.